الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد عباد الله، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله عز وجل، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلوات الله وسلامه عليه، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة. يقول المولى عز وجل في القرآن العظيم بعد أن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ويقول سبحانه وتعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. ويقول صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث: من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت، أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. All praise and thanks is due to Allah, and I bear witness that none is worthy of worship but Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his last prophet and messenger. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam fulfilled the trust, conveyed the message. Not only that, but he struggled for the sake of this deen until he met his Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May the peace and the blessing of Allah be upon him, his family, his companion, and those who follow his path until the day of judgment. Allah Azza wa Jal talking to us. Quran, my brothers and sisters in Islam, when you hear it, when you read it, when you look at it, you need to understand that the message is for you. Whoever is reading the Quran, whoever is listening to the Quran, the message is for me. Allah Azza wa Jal wants to tell me something. What is it? This is how you read the Quran. Read it like this. Whatever you read, it's better to read one ayah and understand the message of Allah Azza wa Jal than to read the whole Quran and not understand anything. Because that's what the Quran is for. Aisha, when she was asked about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what was his character and moral, she said he was a Quran walking. That's Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What does that mean? It's telling us that the Quran is something that we practice, that we use, we utilize in our daily life. Daily life. And that's when you read it and you say, okay, what is this? Understand it, it's a message. Somebody is sending you a message, read it this way. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, oh, you who believe, fear Allah. Be God conscious. Fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not, but in a state of a total and peaceful submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today, my brothers and sisters in Islam, the whole few khutbahs I have made, it was about the first ayat, two ayat that it talks about wasaya Luqman. The first wasiyah was, oh my son, do not take partners with Allah. Second wasiyah today, and I have talked a lot between the first and the second with whatever we have in those ayat from the Quran. Second wasiyah to his son today, Ya Bunayya. Again, the way that he talks to his son, the way we need to talk to our children. Our children should not be afraid of us. Our children should be the closest to us. When we talk to them, they receive the message and they implement it, then or later on. That's the relationship that should exist. Ya Bunayya, oh my dear son, not Yabni. Ya Bunayya, like Ya Abati. On the other hand, Ya Abati, when the son talks to his father in the Quran. Oh my dear father. Here, Ya Bunayya, my dear son, in taku مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأتي بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير. Luqman al-Hakim, before he goes further and tell his son, do the salat and do the zakat, al-amr bil-ma'ruf wal-nahy anil-munkar, and watch your behavior, watch how you deal with people. We're going to see all of this. He's telling him, he's giving him the most important, what's going to help him to become the good Muslim. What will help him become that righteous individual? What will help him dealing with people the right way? Which is ilmullahi azza wa jal, that Allah azza wa jal is aware and knows everything you do in your life. You cannot hide from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second is adlullahi azza wa jal, is the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Third, that Allah azza wa jal is the one who is the master of the day of reckoning, yawmul hisab. And at that day, justice will be served. And the fourth thing is qudratullah azza wa jal, the might, the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Allah azza wa jal, the way that Luqman wants his son to know Allah azza wa jal, we will never intentionally, deliberately make sins. We will make mistakes. We will forget. We will have weakness. But we will right away repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Luqman al-Hakim wants his son to understand. That's why he's taking him, he's going deep in his heart, and he's taking him from this dunya, telling him, oh my son, you live in this dunya, yes. You can do whatever you want, you have a free will. But remember that you're watched. Remember, you will die. Remember, you stand before Allah azza wa jal. Remember, He will hold you accountable. Remember, He's just. Let me translate this ayah, or this wasiyah. Oh my son, if it be anything equal to the weight of a grain of mustard seed. Imagine the precision that it's used in the Quran. Anything equal to the weight of a grain of a mustard seed. You need really an electronic, to weigh the mustard, the seed of the mustard seed. It's weightless. Yet, Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, you will be accounted for it. If it's equal to it. Weightless. Maybe in my mind it's weightless. I didn't do anything. But Allah Azza wa Jalla, or Luqman al-Hakim, by the way, Luqman al-Hakim, it was narrated in some of the tafsir I've seen, that he told his father, oh Allah, oh my father, what if I do something? What if I hide somewhere? What if I go somewhere in something, inside something else, and I sin? What's going to happen? Then the reply of Luqman al-Hakim is this ayah. Ya bunayya, innaha in taku mithqala. The weight of an atom or the mustard seed. And where this weightless thing? Where? Even if it's inside of a boulder, a boulder, a rock, that mustard seed, it's inside of it, Allah Azza wa Jalla will bring it out and it will wait on the day of judgment for you. Well, the boulder, but that boulder, it could be anywhere on the earth. And we know the earth. What's the earth? We're nothing compared to the earth. Not only that, even in that boulder, it's somewhere in the earth, and the earth is somewhere in the universe. Allah Azza wa Jalla bring it. That shows ilmullahi Azza wa Jalla, the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The knowledge which is limitless, has no limits. Even for something that's weightless, you cannot even see it, you cannot even weigh it. Yet Allah Azza wa Jalla will bring it, I'll bring it out for you on the day of judgment. If you look at other verses where Allah Azza wa Jalla talk about this, when He talks about the ilm of Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says in the Quran, another ayah, وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِيحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُوَ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَمَا تَسْقُطُ مِنْ وَرَقَةٍ إِلَّا يَعْلَمُهَا وَلَا حَبَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا رَطْبٍ وَلَا يَابِسٍ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Read the Quran and see how this will affect you. In English, you don't have to read Arabic. In English. Let's do the translation. And with Him are the keys of the ghaib. All that is hidden or unseen, it's with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. None knows but Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He knows whatever is on the earth, or in the earth, or in on, it's either in, on, whatever, related to the earth, and in the sea, not a leaf, waraqa. You know the trees, how many trees there is around the world and how many leaves they fall? Not a leaf falls, but He knows it. Imagine just this, that every waraqah, every leaf on this planet Earth that falls, Allah Azza wa Jalla knows about it. The moment it's going to fall, and when it's going to fall, and what's going to happen to it. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Luqman wants his son to know. Ya bunay, know who you're dealing with. Oh my brothers and sisters in Islam, that applies to us. Who are we dealing with? With Allah Azza wa Jalla. Yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can commit sins, and you can hide, and you can fool the whole world. You can hide it from the whole world. But you cannot hide it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what really Allah Azza wa Jal wants to tell us. There is no grain in the darkness of the earth or anything fresh or dry, but is written in a clear record. Not only that Allah Azza wa Jal knows about it, that's the ilm of Allah Azza wa Jal, but it's recorded. It's recorded. It's not going to be forgotten. It's not going to be neglected. It's not going to be left out when we stand before Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal take us in the Quran, another ayah, and take us to a scene where this book that records everything, including the leaf that falls, he said, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَا تَأْتِينَ السَّاعَةِ قُلْ بَلَى وَرَبِّي لَتَأْتِيَنَّكُمْ عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْزُبُ عَنْهُ مِثْقَالُ ذَرَّةٍ فِي السَّمَاءِ وَلَا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا أَصْغَرَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ وَلَا أَكْبَرَ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Allah Azza wa Jal go even further than that. مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ, we're talking about Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal is an all-knower of the unseen. Not even the weight of an atom, again, which is weightless thing, or less than that, or greater than that. It's till we will not escape. It will not escape the knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. Reflect upon this, my brothers and sisters in Islam. Reflect upon this. That everything is taken in account and recorded. And not only that, it's in a clear book. That book, when it's presented to us on the day of judgment, Quran describe it, وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابُ فَتَرَى الْمُجْرِمِينَ مُشْفِقِينَ مِمَّا فِيهِ وَيَقُولُونَ يَا وَيْلَتَنَا ما لهذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها ووجدوا ما عملوا حاضرا ولا يظلم ربك أحدا. On the day of judgment, when the books are presented to us, especially those of us who are wicked, Quran called them mujrimeen, they will say, Ya waylatana, woe to us. Woe to us. What sort of a book is this? Today I'm telling you, Quran is telling us this is the book. It records everything. We know it now because we have the Quran. It's too late when we stand there and it's bringing everything. That's called al-yaqeen. Certainty is there. Today it's ghaib. For me and you, it's ghaib. It's unseen. Quran says it. And it's a test for my iman, for the ghaib. On the day of judgment, when it's really mar al-ayn, when you can see it with your eyes, it's too late. But look at the amazement, how they, what amazed them about the book. What amazed them about the book, it says that this book that leaves neither small things nor big things, but has recorded it with numbers. And everything. Nothing else. In another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, it says that on the day of judgment, the person will come and then the book, suhuf, it will be, imagine yourself that you have nothing to do but writing your actions and your words. Imagine. Imagine you do it just for 1 year. How many books you will have? You do nothing. You just whatever, the diary, but you do every minute, every second. Imagine how many books you're going to have. At the end of the day, forget about the end of the year. And this, it's lifetime. Allah Azza wa Jalla, in the hadith it says that sijin tamla al-afaq. Yani every book will go and fill the horizon. Everyone's sijillat. In the hadith of La ilaha illallah, the bitaqa, the hadith of bitaqa, the cart of La ilaha illallah. Go and double check it. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن عبد الله بن أنيس قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول يحشر الله عز وجل الناس يوم القيامة أو قال العباد غرلا بهما قلت وما بهما. Abdullah ibn Unais was listening to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said that on the day of judgment, people will be resurrected naked and buhma. So Abdullah ibn Unais was a new word for him, even though he's an Arab. What's buhma? Buhma, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, buhma قال ليس معهم شيء. Buhma means you have nothing. Ghurl, naked, and buhma, nothing. ثم يناديهم بصوت يسمعه من بعد كما يسمعه من قرب. And then a call. Someone will call. المنادي. A caller calls. And he said, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, أنا الملك أنا الديان لا ينبغي لأحد. The ayah before, لا يظلم ربك أحدا. And none will be transgressed, none will be unjustly dealt with Allah Azza wa Jalla. And then this hadith clarify this. And look this clarification of this. Allah Azza wa Jalla, on the day the caller will call, he said, I am the one, the master of reconning. I am the king, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا ينبغي, and he says subhanahu wa ta'ala, لا ينبغي, none of the people of the hellfire should enter the hellfire وله, while he has madlama, while he was not paid back by someone of the people of Al-Jannah. I'm about to go to the hellfire. The person is about to go to the hellfire, kafir. But he has madlama, and a Muslim transgressed him, and he's in the Jannah. Before both of them, one goes to the hellfire and goes to the Jannah, Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلَا يَنْبَغِي حَتَّى أَقُصَّهُ مِنْهُ, until justice is served. You can't say, Wallahi kuffar, forget it. Let's do whatever we want. And the same goes, no one will enter Al-Jannah while he has a madlama, a transgression with someone who is about to go to the hellfire, until it's done. So when at the end, when everybody goes, فريق إلى الجنة وفريق إلى السعير, it's done. Judgment is just and it's finished, including the kuffar. Sometimes we have that impression, Allah, we have to be just with each other as Muslims. Allah Azza wa Jal, when it comes to justice, there's no difference between kafir and Muslim. So Abdullah ibn Unais told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, and how can this be possible? Why we have nothing? So Abdullah ibn Unais is thinking about, maybe I should pay a ransom or pay a ticket, like what we do in the dunya. Then the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, بل الحسنات والسيئات. بل الحسنات والسيئات. That day is the day when we pay each other for our transgressions with hasanat and sayyat. And go to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أتدرون من المفلس? Famous hadith. Look for it. Who is the bankrupt? And look for it. I'm not about to talk about it now. Allah Azza wa Jalla in that day is so just. He described it in the Quran. He said, إن الله لا يظلم مثقال ذرة وإن تك حسنة يضاعفها ويؤتي من لدنه أجرا عظيما. Allah Azza wa Jalla, surely Allah wrongs not even of the weight of an atom. Not only it's not forgotten, not only it's recorded, but Allah Azza wa Jal will not transgress you even the equal of an atom. You're not going to be missing hasanat because of you have done something very small and you don't remember it. It's going to be there. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He talks about وَنَضَعُ الْمَوَازِينَ الْقِسْطَ لِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ, and we shall set up balances of justice. Balances and mawazeen. Balances of justice on the day of resurrection. Then none will be dealt with unjustly in anything. In anything. فَلَا تُظْلَمُ نَفْسٌ شَيْئًا وَإِن كَانَ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ. And if there be the weight of a mustard seed, we will bring it, and sufficient are we as reckoners. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَفَى بِنَا حَاسِبِينَ. This is what Luqman wants his son to know. This is who you're dealing with, ya my son. Before I tell him, go pray, go do the... La, tell him who is Allah Azza wa Jalla. And just don't give him just Allah, Ghafur Rahim, Ghafur Rahim. Not tell him that justice. Actually, justice is more important than anything in the book of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Everything is subject to justice in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Including everything is subject to the justice. جاء رجل جاء عربي, a person came to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال يا محمد عظني ولا تطل. A person came to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم and said, "Oh Muhammad, admonish me, but not too much. Don't give me a lecture, basically, like I'm doing sometimes. Don't give me a lecture. I want maw'idha, very straightforward, precise, and small. عظني ولا تطل, and do not take too long." فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم. And this ayah, we all read it. But who of us think about it and use it as Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم used it? Ayah is فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. هذه الموعظة. This is the admonishing talk of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم to this person. But the person who is listening to it, he reflected upon it. Now we read it. وَإِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا وَالْأَرْضُ قَالَهَا وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. And we go. Right? The person read it and read, what does it mean? How did Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم choose this ayah to admonish me? I'm coming to him and telling him, admonish me, but do not take too long. And he given me a precise 2 ayah from Surah Al-Zalzala that most of the Muslims know today. And the person tell, look at the person, the answer. He said, Kufit. It's sufficient. He understood it. There's a difference between listening to the Quran and understanding the Quran with your minds and heart. We listen to the Quran and we are rewarded for listening to the Quran. We read the Quran and we are rewarded for reading the Quran. But the most important is أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Don't they reflect and ponder upon the Quran, or their hearts are locked? This Arabi, فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم, look at the answer of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. لو لم يكن في القرآن الكريم كله إلا قوله تعالى فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة, the ayat that I did, it would have been sufficient. And he said something else about that man. He said فقه الرجل. فقه الرجل. When he said kufit, it's sufficient. He said فقه الرجل. He understands. He understands the book of Allah Azza wa Jalla. My brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah Azza wa Jalla, to serve, for justice to be served on the Day of Judgment, He had made some tools for it, and the means. Some of them in the dunya and some of them in the akhirah. You know, every senses, the limbs that we use to do the haram, are the tools of justice for Allah Azza wa Jalla on the Day of Judgment. My hand, your hands. My feet, my eyes, my tongue, my nose, my ears will be used on the Day of Judgment to serve justice. Against who? Against me. And that's what Luqman wants his son to know. Trust me, my brothers. The key to our righteousness is to know who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith, لا يزني المؤمن وهو مؤمن, لا يسرق المؤمن وهو مؤمن. Means that the level of iman is not, he doesn't know who he's dealing with at the moment he commits the zina, at the moment he steals, he doesn't know. الذين يعملون السوء بجهالة. جهالة مفسرين saying that they are يجهلون مقام الله عز وجل. They don't understand whom they are dealing with. Who is the reconer subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, in this dunya, Allah Azza wa Jal made الرقيبين. وما إذ يتلقى المتلقيان عن اليمين وعن الشمال قعيد ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Everything that we said is recorded. That's why I said, imagine yourself recording everything, word by word. Well, there are people who are recording. ملائكة على اليمين على الشمال, on the right, on the left, good and bad. Everything, every word, every letter, it's recorded. Every action, and when you stand before Allah Azza wa Jal, it will be presented to you. Probably, that's one. Second, Allah Azza wa Jal describing a scene on the Day of Judgment. Probably one of the most scariest scene on the Day of Judgment. When the person stands before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah Azza wa Jal protect all of us from this. When we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we start actually, Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, today you are a hasib on yourself. وَكَفَى بِكَ الْيَوْمَ حَسِيبٌ عَلَى نَفْسِكَ حَسِيبًا. Allah Azza wa Jal said, you are the how? He will ask, or Allah Azza wa Jal, يُنْتِقُ الْجُلُودِ ينطق العين, my eyes will talk, my ears will talk, my tongue will talk, my hands will talk, my skin will talk, everything will talk. But then what? Talking what? Not in vain. Witnesses. We're not going to bring, Allah Azza wa Jalla will not bring witnesses that you might, this guy is no good, he hates me, he's jealous. Know yourself. Unless you're going to say, my eyes hates me, or my tongue hates me, or something like this. The same sins. وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ لِمَا شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا قَالُوا أَنْطَقَنَا اللَّهُ الَّذِي أَنْطَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. On that day actually it will be a dialogue between a person and his own senses. Why did you witness against me? Well, I did it for you. I was looking because you wanted to look at something haram. I touched because you wanted to touch it. You wanted to have pleasure. You wanted to do this. That's why I did it. Well, that day, it's not them, it's you. And that day, it's not you, it's you. The hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, والله عز وجل فيقول كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك شهيدا والكرام الكاتبين شهودا. Because the person goes to Allah عز وجل in this hadith, and I will finish with the hadith. عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه said كنا عند النبي فضحك. He said we were with Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم and then he laughed. Or ابتسام, the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم usually smiled. And he said هل تدرون لما أضحك? Do you know why I'm smiling? They said Allah ورسوله أعلم, Allah and His Messenger knows better. سقال من مخاطبة العبد ربه. He said, I'm laughing or smiling because of the dialogue that happens between that individual and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he said, فيقول يا رب ألم تجرني من الظلم. Ya Rab, I'm under your protection today. Ya Rab, today there is no injustice. Ya Rab, you promised that you will be just today. Allah Azza wa Jal, جل في علاه يقول بلى, yes. فيقول إني لا أجيز اليوم على نفسي شهيدا إلا مني. I will try to be tricky. So today, Ya Allah, for you to serve justice, I will not allow anyone to be witness against me except myself. He's thinking like today, like we're thinking today. I'm the only one. Do not call any witnesses to the stand. Only me. If you want to be just, if you want to serve justice, Ya Allah, and you promised that you would be just, no one is allowed to be witness against me. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَيَقُولُ الْمَوْلَى عَزَّ وَجَلَّ كَفَى بِنَفْسِكَ الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكَ شَهِيدًا وَالْكِرَامَ الْكَاتِبِينَ شُهُودًا. Said, okay, you're going to be the only one witness for yourself or against yourself, besides al-kiram al-katibin, which is those who wrote your deeds, good deeds or bad deeds. قال فيختم على فيه then Allah Azza wa Jal will seal his mouth. وَيَقُولُ لِأَرْكَانِهِ انطُقِي. And Allah Azza wa Jal said, seals his lips and say to the rest of the body, talk, be witness. Yallah, say it. Be witness. And that at that time, you know what a person will say to, he said, بُعْدًا لَكُنَّ وَسُحْقًا فَعَنْ كُنَّ كُنْتُ أُنَابِلْ. And I will finish with this. He said, بُعْدًا لَكُنَّ. He started actually insulting his own senses. بُعْدًا لَكُنَّ وَسُحْقًا لَكُنَّ عَنْ كُنَّ كُنْتُ أُنَابِلْ. I said it actually. He said, for you I was doing all of this. And now you're witnessing against me. And that's what Luqman wanted his son to know. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه ملء السماوات والأرض وما بينهما يا رب. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. When you read إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said, do you know what's أخبارها? On that day it will give its news. You know what's أخبارها? Not only my senses will witness against me, but the earth that I walk on. Every step I have made in haram or halal. Every place I went in halal or haram. This is تحدث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أتدرون ما أخبارها؟ قالوا الله ورسوله أعلم. قال فإن أخبارها أن تشهد على كل عبد وأمة بما عمل على ظهرها أن تقول عمل كذا وكذا وكذا. أخبارها in Surah الزلزلة إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. أخبارها means النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said أخبارها أن تشهد, that the earth will be witness on every male and female for what they done on the earth. And the earth will say, you did this, you did this, you did this. So my brothers and sisters in Islam, this is, dunya is like this. We think we can do whatever we want and get away with it. Yes, we can in this dunya. And the akhirah, we cannot get away with anything, good or bad. Good is good, and bad is bad. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or Luqman, wanted his son to know that. And we will, if we understand this, wallahi, if we understand this, al-maw'idah, and I'll let you go with the admonishing of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. اللهم يا حي يا قيوم يا من لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. اللهم يا رافع السماوات بلا عمد يا حي يا قيوم. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم يا رحمن السماوات والأرض. اللهم لا تجعل لنا في هذا المجلس الكريم وفي هذا البيت الكريم مريضا إلا شفيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا ضالا إلا هديته ولا عائلا إلا أغنيته ولا طالبا للعلم إلا نفعته ووفقته ولا طالبا للرزق إلا وفقته للحلال برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.